When suddenly, in an instant, the coronavirus shut down on-site education, I saw our schools immediately mobilized to continue providing education for our young people. I was so impressed. And some educators have more of a background in technology than others, but I found that our schools were well prepared to turn on a dime to provide education in a new way.
That Friday before schools closed, our children came out of school with loaded backpacks with all of their books, and we received a message from Dr. Francis, our principal, that it was very likely we were going to e-learn that next week. To be honest, the transition from regular learning to e-learning was not as abrupt as I think it might have otherwise been had we not already been exposed to e-learning for several years before that. We'd always done it on a shorter term basis, a day or two at a time, but our kids were comfortable with it and the parents were comfortable with it, and so we knew that's what we were going to be doing. We did not, I don't think any of us thought that we'd be doing it for as long as we did, but that Monday did not seem like a new world. We had e-learned before, and so we knew that's what we were headed into, and they made sure the kids were prepared by bringing all of their books home.
You all of a sudden have to transition yourself in your relationship almost with your child. It went from helping them with instruction that they had been getting to being, in a way, the interpreter of the main source of instruction that they were getting. You had to watch the videos with them. You had to interact with them in a way that most teachers interact with them on a daily basis. It really, really changed things. And you could also see the struggle in the children who are used to face-to-face interaction. They're used to a teacher there, someone they can talk to, other students they can work with. It was heavy. It was trying, but at the same time, it was great. You got to spend time with your kids that you never got to spend that type of time with them before. You really got to see how much they know, and it surprised you how ready they were and how absorbent they are to learn.
The transition for me into e-learning was really stress-free, and my teachers really made themselves available if I ever needed help going into the transition from school to e-learning.
One of the best parts for me as the teacher was that ability to offer very individualized attention to students that needed it. The scaffolding of the instruction went very smoothly. I really loved the individualized education that I could offer, the one-on-one instruction for any student that was struggling, and it didn't take away any class time, because all my class time had already been videoed and pushed out at 4 in the morning.
We had the principal, the school president, the director of admissions, both teachers all calling us, checking in with us, and not just about assignments and schoolwork, but about how we were doing as a family. My husband's actually an ICU doctor, so this was, I guess, his marathon, for lack of a better word. And the principal brought cookies for him to bring to the ICU, and I just don't think you get that kind of relationship or family-like setting anywhere but a Catholic school.
The transition was rather seamless. We've been exposed to e-learning before. I would say the teachers did an exceptional job with adjustments pretty much instantaneously in terms of helping understand what needed to happen daily, being accommodating, understanding that some parents were going to continue to work even though many people were either temporarily furloughed or weren't allowed to go to their workplace just because it wasn't essential business back then. And we're accommodating and we're willing to work with families as we ourselves adjust to that new normal.
Now, of course, the on-site experience is what we want for our families, and it's normative in Catholic schools. But as I conversed with others, and candidly with some level of pride, I compared what our Catholic schools were doing compared to what some other schools who were still just kind of struggling to figure out how they were going to navigate this. Our Catholic schools responded with intensity and immediacy and care. And so I'm very proud of how we responded to the coronavirus. And so I think it should give a parent confidence, because you never really know what you're going to encounter during the course of a year. And we had the virus, but there can be other situations that can arise. And what you want is a school community that is responsive to your needs, that cares for your young people, and is not going to stop delivering the education and the experience that your young people should have. So while the coronavirus has certainly been a scourge, I don't want to make light of that at all, I've seen our schools shine in this moment of difficulty, coming together as a community, responding to the needs of our families, and meeting the needs of our young people.